Hi, this is the third devlog for my game Attachment, a DIY simulation game. So just to give an update on my previous video and WebGL upload, I assigned the control key for the player to crawl, but to my horror I discovered a keyboard shortcut. While playing the game, if you hold down control and then press W to move forward, it closed the browser. Well, two lessons learned. Control and W closes the browser in Windows, and don't use control in browser games. Oh, and another lesson learned. Make sure the trigger checkbox is ticked on trigger colliders, unless you're going for that whole possessed objects thing. So, this workbench is part of the next job, which is to make a new leg for this coffee table. The attachments are the saber saw, the sander and the router. First I'll pick up this piece of wood and place it in the vise on the workbench. I'll attach the saw and line up the saw's targeting overlay with the right mouse button held down, and then I can press the left mouse button to use the saw and cut off the end of the wood. I'll then attach the sander and move over to the end. Crouching down and aiming again with the right mouse button, when the crosshair turns green I can press the left mouse button to activate the sander and clean up that gnarly end. Next I'll attach the router. With the same aiming and activating process I can bevel the edges of the wood. I've used a mask object here so that the bevel runs in sync with the router. Interact with the workbench to open the vise and turn the wood. This has to be repeated for each side until all the edges are perfectly beveled. At this point you'll be notified that the battery is running low, so a spare battery will appear and once collected will show up in the menu and can be attached along with the screwdriver for the next part. Take the wood out and line it up with the connector on the table. Drop it in place and screw it in. Then pick the table up, turn it over and drop it down in the corner. Magnificent. This is available to play in the browser, including the other jobs, which is fixing the wardrobe door, fitting the room door to the frame and screwing in the hinges, and lastly fit a shelf by drilling the holes, screwing the brackets to the wall and dropping the shelf in place. Now moving on to the next job, which is the one that I have been looking forward to the most and also dreading the most. This is the attachment that I'll be using. Can anyone guess what it will be used for? If you complete all of the jobs in the current test scene, there is a hint to this next job. A link is in the description below, so check it out and I'd appreciate any feedback, or let me know if you find any bugs or glitches. I'll catch up with you in the next devlog. See ya!